Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dr. Nandini Ramachandar. I'm a physiotherapist and a yoga teacher. Today, in celebration of International Women's Day, we have a very special episode dedicated to all the amazing women out there. We'll be talking about health, fitness, and reasons to stay active, especially for women. And to make today's episode even more special, I'm honored to have two incredible women joining me, both of whom I deeply admire and take inspiration from. They are two ladies who are not only my role models, but also two beautiful souls whom I go to for wisdom and guidance. Please welcome my mom, Usha, and my mother-in-law, Shanti. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I'm so excited to learn from the two of you about health and fitness. So let's start talking about the role of exercise and yoga in your lives and how staying active has helped you manage your health over these years. So, Amma, what do you have to say about this?
Exercise has been a great stress reliever for me. It helps me clear my mind and improve my mood. Because of all these years of exercise and yoga, I can able to keep my vital parameters clear and in control. I don't have any other new age ailments like which a good number of people of my age have today. Even apart from all these things, I have built up stamina over these years. For example, I can walk 6 kilometers easily, or I can recently I attempted some marathon, 5 kilometers of marathon.
Yeah, and you did a very good job. That was your first marathon, and you could complete it without any injuries. And I think so many years of exercise is what helped you.
Yes.
Mummy, what do you have to say?
Yeah, so exercise has been an integral part of my life. A simple walk, which I've been following for many years, has always helped me uplift my spirit, and the best of my thinking happens when I'm walking. It's also helped me, address some challenges. For example, one of the recent has been my plantar fasciitis with my heel pain. I think I would attribute my way of handling it only through the exercise more than anything else. And even other things like, certain things in my bucket list which I've been wanting to do, which I've been able to do at this age, which is, for example, monsoon trekking, going for a marathon. So all of this has been possible, I think, because of an exercise regime. Yeah.
True that. And the best part, I would say, is that both of you all don't stop exercising, even if you all have had back pain or, in your case, the heel pain. You all have continued your exercises, and that's what kept you going even through that whole process. Moving on to the next part, I want you to share a few tips to my viewers about how to incorporate a few exercises or certain activities to manage their health on a daily life basis. So, Amma, would you want to go first?
From my past experience of yoga and exercise, I would say start with small yoga or exercise and gradually increase the intensity, like a small walk or stretching exercises, which will give you a big difference. But consistency is the key of this.
That's perfectly said. Start with basic mobility exercises and gradually progressing through the intensities, you can add a bit more of strengthening exercises.
Yes.
So, Amma, what is your take on this?
I feel it's important to identify certain activities which is easily accessible to you. For example, a swimming pool that may be there in your vicinity, or maybe some games that you've been playing as a youngster when you were young. Let's say badminton or any other exercise regime which you want to pick up based on what you were earlier doing but left it. Join those small classes, especially if it's a group. It always helps in motivation. But listen to your body, because there are certain things that you know best about yourself, and you should not overdo it. Anything that can cause you to discontinue is what you should identify and avoid.
Great advice. So, my next question is going to be for all our mid 40, mid 50 year old viewers of my channel who are undergoing menopause or who are in the stage of maybe entering menopause. So, my question to you, Mummy, is what were your symptoms of menopause and how did you manage your health during those years?
Yes, Nandini, I think this is a very important, aspect of being a woman. And yeah, menopause, can start as early as probably late 30s when you don't even realize it. Unlike where people felt that it is only a post 50 or a late 40s kind of scenario. And there are various stages that one goes through in this whole process of menopause. So what was most important is to understand that there are some things which are going to be very obvious. If I can say mood swing, weight gain, anxiety. So irrespective of what you try to do and cope up, it's obvious to the people around you.
Correct.
And there are certain things that only you are aware of, and so it's important that you be conscious about it. Try to read on it, have a forum. It could be friends, it could be your own close knit family where you are able to talk about it. Expect them to cooperate with you to some extent. I think that those are the key things that help me. Yeah.
And the lesser known fact here is about how the family also plays a major role in helping the woman of the house manage the menopause, right? It's about the husband or the son's role as well. And friends who are going through the same thing, who are in the same phase together, about how they help each other pass through this phase.
Yeah.
And ensuring that they are keeping things very light and easy going for that lady. Amma, how did you manage your health during that stage and what was your approach to menopause?
In my experience, I didn't have any tough time during this time. Even now also, it went off very well. That's it. I didn't have any particular problem in this, except some mood swings I had. Otherwise, because of this exercise and all, I could manage it very well. So this is a integral part of every lady, so that they should understand. One should start some physical exercise and mental care well before from the perimenopause stage itself. Then the final stage will go smooth.
Chalo, one last question. I want to ask you if there are any certain diet changes that you did during your menopausal stage or any specific tips that you want to give our viewers about certain things that you have followed or you have adopted from what your mom or your mother-in-law used to follow and something that you want to pass on to the next generation. So, Mummy, would you want to go first?
Okay. Yeah. So like earlier I mentioned about weight gain, right? So one of the things that always weighs you down in that sense is your weight gain.
Correct.
And so what you normally have as a diet plan or the way you have a food pattern at home, you start thinking of making changes to it. Or most important is that maintain the balance. Don't have to get into something like that to very consciously change the diet unless you're facing some major problems for which you're consulting someone. But I kind of ensured because I love fruits, at least 3 different fruits in a day, and early morning things like the ABC juice, which is your apple, beetroot, carrot. Depending on the season, maybe add a little bit of amla or anything else. The pumpkin juice, which is one of the detox thing which I regularly follow.
The white pumpkin
juice, yeah. And that really suits me a lot. cut down on a lot. Definitely cut down or almost made it near zero as far as junk food was concerned. So I think this really has helped in a long way. And because as vegetarians, you need more proteins, try to, ensure you're consuming a bit more on that part of it. Even sprouts and things like that, which really, salads, which makes you feel full and feel complete. And probiotic, definitely twice a day. Yeah, that's helped me, I think. Yeah.
Amma, what are the changes that you made, or what are certain food items or any spices that you use in your daily cooking that you think others should add on to their dietary changes?
I try to get some homegrown vegetables from wherever I go. I will try to collect it, and I try to cook that, because that will get benefit to my family also. I add amla, avla, flax seeds, ashwagandha, all these things in everyday meal. Try to add in every time meal, so that it's all these are good immunity, improving your immunity. So these things I try to do this. I have found that caffeine and spicy food I just avoided in my this thing. It helped me a lot. Eating frequent meals in smaller portions, that will help you to digest your food in this time.
And I think even stopping caffeine and sugar has helped you to improve your sleep also, right?
Yes, because I had some
much
sleeping.
better is
Yes.
what you have mentioned to me.
I had sleeping problem. So that I stopped sugar. Stopped in the sense I reduced a lot the sugar intake. So it helped me a lot.
And something that I would want to add is, the other day Amma was mentioning about how she would want to give a packet of nachni atta to one of her friend. Since she's diabetic, it can help them with their diet. So these are small changes. She started giving dry fruits to people when they started visiting their friends and family, instead of giving the 1 kg box of sweets and namkeen that people generally want to avoid otherwise. And one thing that she mentioned about the white pumpkin juice, I still remember about how you were telling me that 1 glass of pumpkin juice in the morning was reducing your craving to have more tea during your work hours. So that was keeping you full for a longer time also, right? And I've seen a lot of improvement in your energy levels after you all have adopted these changes. And you all have ensured that you all are not forcing it on us, but seeing you all improve your health because of the diet, that has actually motivated all of us to also follow it that way. And one funny thing that I would like to add is that Amma secretly adds badams and cashews in her molaga podi recipe and sambar powder without letting us know, so that we are consuming that bit of almond, since all of us like molaga podi with our dosas and chapatis. So these are the small bits that both of them have kept doing secretly in the kitchen without any of us knowing. But I think it has helped not only them, but all of us in a big way.
Even amla also I
Yes.
put secretly.
Correct.
Because if they see that, then they will object. So I scrape it in the vegetables and curries. So in everything, even in poha or upma, whatever it is, I add amla, scraped one.
Yeah, correct.
So one should not see that. That's it. But they are consuming it.
Correct.
One
Any
point
secret tip that you would like to...
No, one point that you very aptly mentioned was about the white pumpkin juice. I mean, it could be anything for your detox. Where when you get up in the morning and you're used to a tea or a coffee and you feel your day cannot start with that, I think I broke this pattern and today able to do that very frequently.
That's very nice.
Yeah. And what I realized is when you do that, you're still feeling, good about it. You feel hydrated. It's not that you kind of start feeling that craving automatically goes away, and probably, it has not even taken a couple of days to overcome that.
Correct.
So this is something which I keep telling all my friends, my colleagues, my near and dear ones who now, are kind of trying to handle these kind of problems.
Yeah.
So definitely it is not a very big task to overcome that.
These are certain changes that we have also observed that they have brought about in the kitchen, and that's benefited all of us in general. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video and making this week's video so much more special. And to all my women viewers out there, try to focus more on your health, prioritize self-love and yourself. Focus on what you eat, focus on a bit of exercises, try to bring about some movement in your daily life, and more importantly, try to stay consistent with whatever you take up.
And viewers, if you liked our debut, do click on the like button.
And do not forget to subscribe her channel.